You did very well. Now, Elizabeth she is an inspiration and an amazing woman. And I guess what I love about both Zonta and Elizabeth is that sense of courage that they go through every day. You know, it is, as a woman, we can say, oh, good, bad, indifferent, but it is the resilience that we find. Now, Judy, I'd like to ask you about what you reflect on. You've worked with many women. How does resilience and courage look to you?
Well, really, I could talk for an hour on that subject and maybe several days, but I'll keep it brief. Courage and resilience is not a huge thing. To me, the way I define courage and resilience is being able to be in our heads and be okay. Women have so many self-doubts, and I don't know if you know the statistics, but 82% of us suffer from the imposter syndrome every day. So if we can just be okay in our own heads and we're not full of self-dialogue and I'm okay with who I am, which means sometimes stop the people-pleasing and do what I really want to do that aligns with my values and who I am as a person, to me that's quite often the most courageous and resilient that we can be. Resilience, on the other hand, looking back over adversity and seeing how we changed and how we grew from it. What did I get out of that? What have I learnt? Every time we go through adversity, it builds us into more resilient people. We can't fall backwards, we just keep going forwards and learning on adversity. I'd like to throw that question back to you, Kate.
Interesting. So, as I was getting ready to come here today, my wonderful daughter, who's 29, rang and said, oh, blah, blah, blah. Usual, she gives me all the things she's up to and it's always fabulous and exciting. And she said, oh, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm about to go to an International Women's Day event. And she said, oh, are you going to sit there? I said, oh, I'm sort of kind of filling in because Elizabeth's not here and da-da-da. And she put the question to me of what I was going to sort of speak about and say. And she said, I've got to try and get this right. She said, well, how do you always kind of stay happy, Mum? Because she said it can't always be good. Like, you must sometimes have to tell Kev that you're having a bad day. And it was funny because I'd never really thought of it like that. And I said to her, well, I actually see every single thing as a learning experience and an opportunity to do better. And I think this is why I really love Elizabeth, because her mindset, I guess where I'm getting to with this, we can't control anybody else, but we can control our own mindset. And what I hadn't realised that my daughter teased out of me, she always comes in at just the right time and asks the right question. And I don't waste time being, oh my God, the tire's flat, or oh my God, I didn't get this job, or oh dear, this has happened, or someone's out to get me. Every single bad thing isn't bad, it's just a moment to learn. And I think if we all focus on our mindset of learning, then every moment becomes a good. And I think my resilience comes from that I've always taken that approach. And if I just go back to where that resilience probably came from, as a toddler I nearly drowned and I nearly lost my life, and I was fished out by my uncle from a fish pond and I was literally unconscious. And I think at that point I realised that we don't need to take life too seriously, and every moment we have is a blessing and a joy. So what I would say to every one of you is, you can't change anyone else, but you can change your own mindset. Okay? So now what's another